Damian Lillard, who's been with the Portland Trailblazers since he started his career, right, has finally requested a trade. Obviously over the past couple weeks, couple months, they've been saying that Dame is going to monitor what the team did in the draft and free agency, whatever, just to see what's going on. Now, he was very vocal about, wanting to, no, I'm not building with a bunch of young guys again.
Yeah.
I can't go through another rebuild. I'm not doing that. I want y'all to move this for a prominent player. The Blazers are loyal to the name on the front of the jersey.
Of course.
Always, as any team should be. And
Right.
Dame has been loyal to that same franchise, but now he's at a point where he's like, it's like they're in an impasse. What's going on? What we going to do?
Right.
And it's like, all right, let me make a decision. So Dame said he want to get out of there. Now it's rumored he only wants to go
to Miami.
the Miami Heat, right? So let's just unpack the whole shit here. Just
Right.
How you feel about it, all that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So for me, this is something that even me and you spoke about this a long time ago. Like, this is something that, for my own personal selfish reasons, I've been wanting him to do, and this is also something that I felt like was just a course of the inevitable, because it's only but so many times. Like, and I'm swear this is no disrespect to people who have been in abusive relationships, but it's only but so many times you can keep on being abused and not get enough and leave. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's been in a domestic dispute, a domestic relationship with this front office forever.
Yeah.
I feel like once they hired Joe Cronin, I was like, this guy only has a 1-year window to impress Dame. And, Matisse Thybulle and Jeremy Grant just wasn't going to cut it, regardless of the fact.
No.
And then you start looking at the way the CBA played out, who became available, what the money game was starting to look like. And then you start realizing in retrospect, like, you know what, there's just no reality that anybody's going to get to Portland.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So with that being said, there's a lot of rumors going around. I tell people all the time, I got a lot of close friends that are real big Dame friends. I tell people all the time, as big as of a star Dame is, and given the circumstances of what happened, how it happened, and what's going on right now with everybody, and the money and everything, it's going to be something new every day you're going to hear. Don't believe everything you see and hear. That's for one. Dame is a straight shooter, so if it didn't come from him most of the time, the closest going to get to him is Chris Haynes.
Right. 100%.
So with that being said, I also understand that it's a business aspect side of things, right? But I do believe in operating business in good faith. So I say that to say that I do think that Portland owes it to him to get him to where he needs to be.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of players who requested to go to places they wanted to be, and they honestly didn't deserve that shit.
Right.
To be honest with you, I think that Dame has been overly loyal.
Yeah. It's the least they could do.
You know what I mean? I think that's literally the least you can do out of respect for him. Of course, on the business side, you're going to want the best package you could get.
Yeah.
Like I tell people all the time, when you trade a superstar player, it's rare you get a superstar back.
Yeah, it usually does not happen.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, you might.
What's the last time it came close to that? T-Mac and Steve Francis or something? Like
probably something like that. Like, I mean,
probably.
Even,
that's a dub ago right now. Like,
I mean,
that's
even trade you probably could call in recent history, on honestly, might be like DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of quality player.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still a gap.
Even
you know
still,
what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
So with Dame, you got to understand, especially given the circumstances of what's going on around the league, Dame is lamb chops. You know what I'm saying? And in exchange, you might get chicken from the dirty spot back. You know what I'm saying? But how many times chicken on the dirty spot and helped us at night? You feel me?
It's reliable. Yeah, no, 100%.
Snackbox ain't never do us wrong. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And
it's just a matter of that, I think. And I think that they need to get him where he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Let him go to South Beach. Let him. He tired of Voodoo Donuts. Let him go to Ocean Prime for once. You smell me?
No, it's a fact. See, and I think another part of this too, though, when you talk about Dame and like nobody's going to Portland, you got to think, bro, the biggest name that LeBron James could attract to Cleveland was like Anton Jameson at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so nobody was going to Cleveland, bro. Like, it was never realistic. So if they were to team up, it was going to be in Miami. If I asked you right now, hey, all respect to everybody, wherever you from, wherever you lay your head, that's cool. But if I asked you, hey, you got 2 weeks off of work, where you want to go spend it? You got two options, only two. Choose wisely. You can go to Cleveland, or you can go to Miami. What are we doing?
Nigga, I love Bone Thugs more than anybody in the world.
and that's what I'm saying. So
But I definitely would have been at Rick Ross'
we
crib.
going to Miami. That's what I'm saying. And so it's not even a debate.
Nah,
So
facts.
when they traded away, this to me, I feel like Dame and Steph were very similar to me, like narrative wise, except like when you look at it and you say, okay, all the talent in the world with an organization that didn't do the right thing by him versus a guy who all the talent in the world and the organization did exactly what they were supposed to do. But I'm gonna tell you what's going on.
Perfectly said, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Steph is a product of an organization being good, being competent, being on top of their shit. Dame is the complete opposite. But people look at Steph after he started winning, like, oh, of course he won. He got Clay and he got this and he got that. Yeah, but they drafted them. He got them because they didn't even think he was going to last in the league. His ankle was fucked up.
Right.
His first couple of years, like, let's be real.
We was slandering him.
Yeah, 100%. With Dame, it's like you got this guy. He's showing you he's the guy, and you're not putting anything around him. So you punish. This is the reason why NBA media is cooked and why NBA discourse is cooked overall.
Facts.
Because you don't know what you want. You look at Dame and you say, oh, man, the organization got to get him this. They got to get him that. They got to get him this. But imagine if the organization got him that. You would say he only won because he had it. You know how I know? Because you just said it about Steph. You say it about Steph all the time.
The damn if you do, don't worry.
100%. And I think, and that's where we are right now today. Where we are right now today is damn if you do, damn if you don't, because Dame figured, I sat here while y'all traded CJ McCollum the same way the Warriors traded Monte Ellis, a beloved guy who was my number, that's my guy. Like we back with Robin. It's the same thing, right?
Right.
And then from that point, people like, what are we gonna do? What did the Warriors do? The Warriors said, okay, I'm gonna show you. We'll give you money back. I remember this like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you money back if we don't make the playoffs. We're gonna be doing all type of shit for y'all. The Blazers said, And you know what they're doing now? That's the difference. That's really the only difference because Steph was in the same situation.
Nah, I think that this like it's perfectly like the way you just put that that comparison was insanely great, my nigga. I gotta give you your flowers, my nigga. But it's crazy because, like I said, my boys like the way how I feel about AI. I mean, you know how AI, that's my GOAT to me.
100%.
My boy Dame is his GOAT, and he sends me like every link that pops up about Dame with a trade room. I'm like, bro, you're gonna kill yourself. And he sends he's to the point he follow like Blazer insiders. So like,
he entrenched in the
deep in the pain. He deep in the pain. You feel me? So I'm telling him like, yo, bro, like he's sending me joints. Niggas is like, yo, Dame is disloyal. I'm like, bro, that nigga gave y'all 11 years,
bro,
of that nigga career, and at every year he gave you. It never was a year we looked at Dame like he took a year off. Dame was busting ass every year as a Blazer,
averaging 30, bro. Like
it's damn if you don't, because when he stays, because like you said, like he stays, then it's the front office is not doing enough for him. You know what I mean? Or maybe he does need to leave so he can win. So then when he finally does it, it's like, oh shit! Like I hate people that be like that. Like somebody tell him to smack the shit out of you, and then nigga smack him and be like, oh shit!
Oh, you gonna smack me? Word? That's what we doing?
You thought I wasn't?
I told you this an hour ago, nigga. Like,
you feel me? So now that he like I'm out, everybody like, oh, he disloyal.
Oh, he a diva. You know what I saw? They said he a diva, bro. Listen, he's doing exactly what I told him to do. Use his power to get out of there.
Yo,
if a nigga tell you, bro, if you about to leave your job right now. You put your 2 week. Imagine you put your 2 week notice in at your job, and they be like, "All right, we'll help you get to whatever company you want to get to, where you want to go." Right. You think I'm gonna be like, "No, fuck that. Right. I'm gonna keep it." No, I want to go over there. If you send me somewhere else, I ain't going. I'm not going to orientation.
Like, come on, bro. Like at the end of the day, that man, like, he's in his prime years. He's coming off averaging 33 points. I mean, he's only
which is absurd, bro. Because nobody even really cared that much, unless you really love Dame or you love basketball. Niggas ain't care.
Entertained by the nigga, you feel me? Yeah. So it's like for him to be, you know what I mean, not getting the assistance that he needs, it's time for him to go. And then even Portland realized that when they picked Scoot, like, yo, you know what? Then like that's why I tell you these deals are done already. All right, don't get fooled by the narratives. It's all for dramatic purposes. These deals are done. They just know that you reactionary motherfuckers.
And not for nothing, you said on the first episode that Scoot was going to be good money for Portland, whether Dame was there or not. I was going to point that out. So it wasn't like contingent upon Dame. It was whether he's there or not. This is what it's going to be. So
It didn't matter. But they definitely knew they built for the future when they picked Scoot. They already got a backcourt with Scoot and Shaden.
Yeah.
The only thing they don't have is a big. They just paid Jeremy. Jeremy, to be honest with you, he got his money. He's probably going to leave after next year and get traded.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But you can see the writings on the wall. Like, okay, Damon's not going to be here no more. Especially when that number 3 pick didn't go out. Because that's the biggest asset they had. With all due respect, nobody wants Jusuf Nurkic, bro. So
yeah, this ain't like 6 years ago, bro.